Hey everybody, hope you guys doing alright, man. So here's some words for Regal Change. He's a YouTube channel. I've left a few things on him to try and inspire him and others on his page to talk more about, saving starving children. And he's spent a lot of time talking about semen retention. And I've talked, I've shared the following like information, like, yo, bro, like, what's semen, like, what's more important, like helping a starving child or semen retention? I'm not saying there aren't benefits to be had from semen retention, although I think it's I don't think, like, what I've experienced, it's not whether or not I'm holding my seed that allows me to have more power or less power. It's the amount of work I do. Like, that's it, straight up. Like, so obviously, if you're just sitting here fucking jerking off, watching porn all day, or just having lustful sex, I mean, that's all you're doing. So you're not going to have much good, godly type, almighty power. However, just to be real with y'all, because the truth, there's been many a times where I have, released seed and also done a bunch of good works and good things and exercises and all this types of stuff, and still felt amazingly fucking all powerful. There's also been times when I haven't released any seed and I've felt absolutely shitty. So that tells me that it ain't about fucking whether or not how much seed you got inside yourself. It's what you do. It's what you do, man. And that's really the big problem here with humanity is like we aren't like nobody's really talking about the solution other than myself. Like, you got all these truthers out here, you got all these talking heads, all these people with all these followers and all this, networks and connections and fame and status and influence and money and all this shit. And there's really, I mean, I'd like to know too, like, I can't think of one other YouTube channel that's truly dedicated to solving the problems at hand for humanity. That's the problem right there. Is first of all, we're not even focusing on the problem. This is why I've been trying to tell you guys, like, yo, we gotta change our attention. Like, we're literally just sitting around complaining about shit. Unfortunately, that's what most of these truthers and talking heads are doing. From my perspective, and I've said this and I'll continue to say this, is you guys are largely just pointing the finger and blaming people and making, and then it's like, then you make jokes about it. So it seems like you guys are almost doing it more to get content for y'all's jokes and feel for y'all's humor instead of actually like trying to do some righteous good work and actually save the world and do the good work that we came here to do. So that's why the world the way it is the way it is people are choosing not to focus on the solutions. They're instead getting lost in distractions, or they're becoming a part of the problem, or they're lost in their own misery. I mean, that's not the only three sections of what's the fuck's going on here, but a lot of people are probably, you could probably find yourselves in one of those three categories. um but it's just solving the problem. Like, the answers are here. Like, the work, like, we know there are many things that we can do and change in this society that can greatly change things for the better if we choose to. But that's the problem, is people aren't passionate enough about coming together, being humble, opening up, and actually talking about and focusing strictly, purely on the humanity solving these problems amongst each other. Like, us getting away from governments, getting away from these corporate organizations and these like legal ties and all this like fucking shit that's constraining the spirit of humanity. That's what we need to get away from. We need to get back to just talking amongst each other. Everybody who wants to talk should have a place to be talked. If somebody has a good idea, that idea should be shared, no matter where it comes from or who they are, because you never know where these ideas popped from. And a lot of these elders and a lot of these cats that have been around for a while and have a lot of status and all this types of stuff, they're so used to doing things the same way. They've been doing them for so long, which isn't bad, but it's just like, when you do that, your perspective is trained a very particular and certain way. And it's narrow-minded, and it can make it hard for you to see other things, be open to other opportunities. And this is where the youth can come in and share new, different, more open or unique perspectives, which can lead them to new opportunities and ways of solving things. This is why there's a lot of these children are like brilliant inventors, and they come up with ideas that their elders aren't able to come up with, because they have a unique and fresher outlook and perspective on the world and how to get shit done. So it's like, us not wanting to listen to this, or us not developing a platform that allows for anybody to share their ideas, no matter who they are and where they come from, is killing that ability for that lifeline to flourish and to live and to thrive. So that's another problem. But essentially it just starts with us choosing to